Okay, that was a lot of voice chats. I just said that a lot of times.
Alright, well, I think the stream started back up again. Hopefully the bitrate's not as bad.
Yeah, I think there's an ad going on. I just said don't start restarting the stream about 8 times, I think.
Okay. Right, hello everyone, we should be back now. I don't know what's going on with the stream, I don't know why it's doing that. But apparently, we should be getting started shortly. I don't know why I think Twitch is dying, I don't think it's me.
Oh, so I have to go and tell them that they can start now.
Well, it's too late, it's already starting.
No, like when they're on the grid though.
Oh. No, but it's already starting, the countdown's going down, which means someone's pressed it ready.
Oh, okay. So I had no effect on them.
Yeah, of course. Right, as we head for your 5 red lights. It's lights out, and away we go here at Monza. And it's a good start from your front two as we lead down towards turn 1. And it's a good start from Thunderfox as well. Thunderfox on the inside as we head down into turn 1. Will there be carnage behind as Thunderfox all the way around the outside takes the lead of the race from
A
Striker
lot of
Boy.
sprint plates back at the back as well. There's somebody went in the grass, lost a little bit of control. Oh,
Oh,
and
it's
there's a
a big,
big crash!
it's a big
Big crash!
crash. There's a huge collision.
Oh
Oh my
no!
goodness me. There's a
Two
huge
cars out and a lot of damage to different cars as well. That's a safety car, obviously.
It's a safety car. It's a huge collision at the start of the of the Italian Grand Prix. My goodness me. That's got the perfect camera angle of that start. Madness here at
Very
Monza.
disappointing. Made it through turn 1, then she just got messy. I think a lot of might have been some people just moving all over the place, trying to gain positions, and maybe not being fully aware of the surroundings. It can happen, especially on such a tight circuit when all the cars are so close up through a slow corner.
Yep.
But got time to recover. A lot of people have damage, probably to permanent damage like rear wing and side pod damage as well.
Yeah.
But we'll see a lot of people pulling in the pits now,
There's a
and
few
that'll
people
mess up people's strategies.
out of this session already. Dragon, sadly, out of the session. MKL on his debut race from the back of the grid. We're not going to see what his pace really would have been around Monza. But yeah, that is the start of the race. Unfortunately, has ended with 2 drivers eliminated and a lot of drivers pitting. So
Yeah.
Kami and Stouty already in the pits. Pockets, Juno, Misty, Barlow, both Red Bull. Labadane down to 17th as well. It's a terrible start for a lot of drivers.
They just got caught in the mess there. He got completely spun around.
And I think the stream bitrate is still shockingly shit, and I don't know why. Is it just Steam? Is it just Twitch? Sorry, is Twitch having a shit today?
No, I think it's very far behind again.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It's gonna be a little bit behind, but oh yeah, that's like probably like 30 seconds behind.
It might be me.
Thunderfox is currently coming through T1 on the stream.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so laggy. I do apologize, everyone.
Ditching. Oh wait, hold on. Let me just. Maybe it's me. Oh, I just
No,
refresh the
because
page.
it's laggy on the Twitch dashboard as well.
Oh,
It says
just
it
refresh
says
the page. Okay.
it's the bit rate says it's 4,000 kilobytes per second.
That's worse than my download speed.
Yeah, I don't know what it doesn't ever do this.
Yeah, it's like 50 seconds behind or something.
Yeah.
This is gonna be hard to commentate. We're gonna be spoiling all the action for all the people here.
I don't know how it is for you guys watching. I assume it's not that good. Will it just keep freezing? I assume so.
And then slowly getting further and further behind. Yeah, we're almost lapping.
Yeah.
Labzin's almost lapping himself from stream to game. More people coming in the pits. I think they either missed or I think they've had the bug where they've set it to auto wing fix and
And
it just didn't change the wing.
hasn't changed their wing,
Yeah,
so that is a shame for Juno Ledux retiring from the race as well.
yeah. Not a lot of drivers won't be happy with that start.
Yeah,
I think there'll be quite a few penalties. A busy day for the stewards as well.
yeah, very busy. We only saw the end of the incident, but a very big one indeed.
And that's Barlow spun on the safety car, and
He's
LDW got a penalty for that. So
well,
was Barlow spun by
LDW. Well,
LDW, or was it just a misunderstanding
in
for the most
terms
part?
of how it lines up here, so Thunder Fox is in the lead from Striker Boy, Max onto the podium, then Penguin, Ramon, Valid, Ek, Nut, Perryland, Mist, Kami, Stouty, Pockets, LDW, Judo, Barlow, and Labadane are your top 17. And in terms of like the people that made up the most position at the start of this race, Perryland and Mist, both Hasses going up 8 positions. So that is quite the start for those two drivers.
It's quite in the slap
Safety car
now.
is in this
Thunder
lap.
Fox
It's a late safety car
being
in as
slowed
well.
down.
So we're going to be seeing this start here.
Can he pull away? How fast can he pull away? And he's got the throttle down now. I don't think he got too much of a jump from Striker Boy. No, Striker Boy hasn't got too much of a gap from Thunderfox now. He's in the slipstream. He's got ERS enabled. Thunderfox still saving his ERS, and behind him is Max and then Penguin. No, there's a bit of contact between Ramon and Valid. I think
Ramon
I'm
and
not sure what
Ek.
happened there.
So
He's
yeah,
at X had to cut the corner there. We're getting back to those positions. Quite a clean restart there, a little bit of contact. Now Juno's going around the outside of Misty. He's going to be alongside and probably ahead into the Della Rocha chicane. Misty still has him those alongside. He's going to try and swing around the outside. Now on the inside for the second part of the chicane. He just goes wide and forces Juno onto the gravel, but still side by side. Now it's 3 wide in the first Lesmos, and there's a bit of contact there. I'm not sure what happened, but no driver spun around, no damage. And now Captain Kami is leading Misty and Juno. Juno and Misty still fighting it out between each other. And now coming down the second DRS straight. No DRS for 3 laps though. And Misty is going to be headed into the Ascaris chicane. They're running a little bit of low downforce setup. He'll be trying to catch Captain Kami now, and there is a massive gap ahead of Captain Kami. That's really put them at a disadvantage between him and Ek, and now it looks like Pearland is going alongside into the Parabolica. Can he make a move into there? Don't think he got ahead there.
no, man has to stick behind him. That was a bit of a crazy restart there. With Mist falling down the order from his 10th position. Ramon now battling with Valid for 5th place, or trying to defend his 5th place, and loses out. As Max is battling Penguin for 3rd place. Now, different tyre strategies here. Some started on the hard, some started on the medium. So, obviously, the medium tyres are going to be having a much better run here at the start of the race. Striker will try and come back at Thunder Fox and hopefully try and give us a battle for the race. Thunder Fox looking for his first victory this season. Obviously, as we said, been unlucky with terms of podiums and victories.
He did all he could at that restart.
Yes,
he
did.
pulled a decent enough gap. It was about 6/10. Even though I think Striker was still in the slipstream, he'll still be in DRS when it gets enabled. He will have to. Silverfox will have to defend that position, but I'm not sure how hard he'll defend, especially since it'll ruin both of their tires and put him at disadvantage to Penguin, who's now just over a second behind Striker Boy.
Yeah, so Thunder Fox just pulling ever so slightly ahead of Striker Boy. Penguin running in 3rd with Max about 1.4 seconds off of Penguin from a podium position. Then comes Valid in his Alpine, and then it's Ramon. Then it's Nut in 7th, Ek in 8th, and Perryland in 9th. Captain Kami in 10th. As Max and Valid straight past Max there, the first time of asking, unless Max can slither one back up the inside into turn 1. He does so and gets nicely ahead of the Alpine driver. But now he's got to defend coming towards the Curva Grande. If he gets a chance to, he might get one up the inside. As he looks for it into the Varianta. Sorry, not his Varianta. Yeah, it is his Varianta. As he goes wheel to wheel, can't get past him, but he keeps it around the outside. Can he get throttle down and head into Lesmo ahead? And he does so, and Valid up into 4th place now, ahead of the Ferrari Max. And now Ramon looking to get involved to get back his P5, but Valid loses the rear end and hits the wall on the inside, breaks his front wing, and that is self-inflicted once again, entirely Valid's fault. As he
Lost a lot of time there. A lot of cars pass as well. Andy will be a massive disadvantage down the straight. He's now 8, probably going to be coming up to 9 seconds behind the pack.
Oh, it's a big crash!
Herland and Labadane out!
As I think one of the Hasses having a spin on the curb, and it's caused a massive collision, and another safety car here at Monza. That Pockets and Valid, well, both losing their front wings, but it'll help them both massively. But it's chaos here at Monza. The stream's going wrong. The racing has been chaotic. It's madness here at Monza.
We are shoutcasting right now. The stream is currently, I can't read the number, I think that's lap 5.
Yeah, the stream is miles behind. We can't fix the bitrate issue. It just won't go away. And if I sound fine to you, Vad, which I assume I do, it means it's just a Steam thing. Sorry, it's just a Twitch thing.
And there's a lot of drives coming to pits, a lot of broken wings. I think that's five. I think it was about 6 drivers that actually came to the pits there. So clearly not the cleanest of restarts, as we saw. Oh, no, the restart was clean for the most part, but the action that followed it has put a lot of drives out of contention. Although the safety car will let them catch up quite far behind, we've lost 5 drivers out of the 20-car grid that we had.
Yep, and it still leaves the podium with Thunderfox, Striker, and Penguin. Labadane, though, another disappointing outing for him, out of the Italian Grand Prix. Captain Kami, though, sitting in the points now in P7. With Misty in P8 for Haas, then Barlow, then Eck. So Stouty in 11th, Juno in 12th, and both Valid and Pockets having to pit for a new front wing as the front
Top
three
3.
pull into the pits. The front 4, sorry. The only person who doesn't pit, Ramon, deciding to stay out here. So he'll take the lead here at Monza. Chaos has ensued here at the Monza circuit. Captain Kami into 2nd place, Misty into 3rd. What is going on here at Monza
This is
today?
in 15 positions.
As Captain Kami almost loses it into turn 1 there under a safety car. it's all kicked off here at Monza.
So we've got to let a lot of drivers catch up here, so the safety car will be out for a while. About half the track distance for the final driver, LDW. So it will be quite a long safety car period. I'm pretty sure the game does let all drivers catch up. So we might be here for a little while. But interesting strategy choices from the top 3 and High Nut and one other driver. I can't remember who. I think it was Max. They've now went on the mediums. Well, actually, I can check. I have that power. Yeah, so Thunder Fox, Striker Boy, Penguin, Max, and High Nut all pitting, even though they were quite high up in the positions. Good enough. I wonder why I've done that, because I don't think they started on soft, which is the only reason I can think of them pitting. And mediums aren't going to last the rest of this race unless they really save their tyres, which again is not something I think that they're going to do, because if they are saving tyres, they're going to lose a lot of time to people who are pushing and possibly going for another stop onto maybe even soft. Actually, that might have been the strategy choice that a lot of these drivers have made today.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think this race is fascinating.
Have I mentioned the positions that Misty has gained? 15.
MKL just put something in the chat. The plan of starting last to have some fun and avoid lap 1 chaos obviously didn't work. No, it didn't, MKL. You won't hear this for about 10 minutes because the stream's so far behind, but it's fine.
Oh my god, yeah, they don't even know about the safety car yet.
No,
Do they not? I'm not sure. But what was this going on right now?
but what is going?
MKL.
What was going on right now? Nobody knows. Nobody can tell what is happening right now. You got Ramon who's leading the race in his Aston Martin, followed by the hometown hero Captain Kami. Then it's Misty running in third for Haas. Then Thunderfox, who has made a pit stop, running in fourth. Striker and Penguin, your former top three, running behind the current top three. Then Max, then Nut, then Stouty is ninth with Juno in 10th. Both the Alpines have pitted. The question on my lips, though, here is I think you mentioned there, Vlad, is surely the top three are just going to pit onto softs by the end of this race.
Very, very aggressive tyre strategy. I think we're also going to see the safety car coming at the end of this lap. Yep, there we go.
It is.
Um,
It's just currently on the stream. It's only just got to the start of the lap that we're ending on.
yeah, but very, very aggressive tyre strategy from 5 of the drivers who were quite high in the points. So they're going to have the advantage at the restart, even though they are back in. Where are they? They are all the lowest one is currently P4 with Misty, Captain Kami, and Ramon ahead. Ramon now coming through the Parabolica. He also won't be getting a good start. Oh, almost contact between he and Captain Kami there, just swerving into him. Let's see if he can pull a gap. Still very, very slow. When is he going to put the power down? Can he get the jump on him? He's still warming his tyres, now alongside each other.
Here we go.
And he's had a go, but Captain Kami's kept up with him. He'll be very, very close in the turn 1. He has the slipstream, he has the ERS enabled. I don't think he'll be close enough for dive on me. He's very, very brave today. He's got ERS unenabled. He looks to the outside. He pulls. He late on the brakes. He can't dive. He can't dive late enough though. He's still behind after turn 1. Very, very good try from him, but it just didn't work out for him. Now he's lost quite a bit of time, and there is a lot of drama going on behind. I think Eck has had a spin as well.
Yep, he's gained a 5-second time penalty. So Captain Kami couldn't get Ramon on the restart there. Missed holding on to P3, followed by Thunderfox, Striker, Max, and Penguin has dropped down the order a few places as well. Thunderfox not making the inroads on the Haas driver I'm sure he would have wanted at the start of that restart because he needs to get on with this. If he wants this hard strategy to work.
Good exit though. He got good exits. He has ERS enabled. He's going down the inside. Now alongside and now completely ahead going into the Ascari chicane. But Missy had a look down the inside there. It just didn't work out for him.
And not very confident through the chicane. That's going to allow... Oh, I thought it would allow Striker to have a go. But Striker, Max, and Penguin go 3 wide. Penguin's got in front of them both before the final chicane. But Max all the way around the outside of the Parabolica. Can't make it work. Now Striker on the inside here. Can't pull ahead. And now the slipstream effect is going to go down the back straight. 3 drivers fighting for 1 position. But Penguin now going for Misty. Can Max follow him through? But can he follow Penguin through? Misty late on the
All
brakes.
around the outside
Oh!
too late. He's gonna have to go through the escape road. He doesn't actually. He cuts the chicane. I don't think that was the fastest option. Oh, and
he's hit
dangerous
Stouty.
re-entry.
Oh, he's hit
Stouty
pockets.
all the way around pockets as well.
What has gotten into everyone here at Monza this afternoon?
Ray told you.
Fuck you, Braid. Let me eat my food.
He won't hear this for the next 4 minutes.
Yeah, you won't hear it for the next 4 minutes. But fuck you, Raid. So anyway, back to the race. Thunderfox is comfortably ahead of his nearest rival of Penguin. Then follows Max and Striker Boy. Valid in 7th, Pockets down to 14th. Not good for him. So Thunderfox now right on the back of the hometown hero, Captain Kami, as he runs a bit wide there. Thunderfox is known for getting time penalties on track limits. He's got to be careful with that. Valid does get his first 3-second time penalty. As there's there been a spin in the chicane. It's with X had a spin.
More disappointment for Eck now out of the points as well.
And Thunderfox just a bit tenuous on the throttle there, coming through the parabolic.
Got ERS enabled.
The straight line speed he has.
Very, very close. I think Captain Kami's running a little bit more aero to help him through the chicanes. Will he have a dive down turn one like we saw Captain Kami do earlier? No, he thought about it for a second, but just backed
Oh.
out. But Captain Kami went deep. That's going to leave him vulnerable on the exit. If just Thunderfox can get the power down, Thunderfox is very, very close now. He's got ERS enabled. He's in the slipstream. He's going to have a look around the outside of here. And now he's going to be on the inside for the Delaroche chicane. He's almost fully ahead, now completely ahead. He cuts back to the normal racing line. And
Oh.
that's a very clean move for him, just using his straight line speed and a bit of ERS to help him along the way.
Kami thought about diving back down his inside, but thought better of it. But that's now him down into P3. The hometown hero not pitted as of yet. He's now got to have a Penguin on his case.
Captain Carmen losing the positions that he had earlier. If he made that move work into T1, he would have had probably the advantage. But he's lost a lot of time, and he
lost the
spins.
rear end.
He's not hit the wall. He's kept it going. Actually, sorry. He should get the power down. Gonna keep going now. Lost a lot of positions. He won't be out of the points by the end of this straight, I don't think. That's very, very unlucky. Just pushing as hard as possible to try and catch up back up to Thunderfox. But that's moved Penguin up in the porting position. Penguin also going to be pushing, hopefully try and get into P2, P1. But he's got Max coming down the outside. Max on later on the break. He sends it around the outside. Bit of contact between them, but he just keeps it going.
Oh, it's Striker's
Max
got up past
forced
both
him
of them.
wide. Strike Boy has his Hamilton moment there.
Striker, can he go all the way around the outside of Max? He's probably not running the same straight line speed as the Ferrari is, and sticks behind him on this occasion.
Penguin really losing out with that one as well. Just got forced out a little bit like by Max, and that's put him at a massive disadvantage. And of course, Strike Boy just made the most of it and moved himself up to the P4. He'll also be pushing to get that podium position. A lot of contention for P3 here. Not too much for the leads, but Thunderfox is cashing. He's got DRS. He's coming closer and closer in the Ascari chicane. He won't be close enough for a move though. He might be close enough at the end of the straight, at the end of the pit straight though. As we see nothing else happening. I was hoping for something cool there.
Yeah, so Thunderfox within a second of the leader Ramon to try and take the lead of the race, but he's lost the rear end coming through the final corner. And goat pull on there. Thunderfox, be careful.
Valid as well.
He's taken out the
Valid is very
McLaren.
close.
Thunderfox has killed 2 people. And another mistake, and it's a safety car again here at Monza.
Third safety car of this race. 3 safety cars in 14 laps. 1 on lap 1, 1 on lap 8, and now 1 on lap 14.
And it's absolute chaos here at the Monza madness has happened again. It's still left Ramon in the lead with a free pit stop now. He has a free pit stop in this race.
Does he want to do that though? He can take it now. He should take it now. He can take the mediums and go at the end of the race. That would be the call I'd be making right about now. But can he do it? Can he? Wait, hold on. Will he do it? Sorry.
So it's madness here at Monza. We need to check who's actually made their pit stops instead. So everyone is pitted except Ramon.
Ramon not being very aggressive with his tyre strategy, quite conservative. He will. I expect him to go on mediums either now or if he doesn't pit now, I expect him to go on the softs actually. Later in the race, maybe around lap 20, lap 21. The tyre wear around here is very, very bad. It's very high speed, but it should be enough to make it to the end of the race, especially if he conserves them just a little bit.
But he's surely got to make his stop now, and he does. He chooses to pit on lap 14 here.
Oh, and Valid almost overtaking
but
Penguin in the pit lane there.
The rest of the grid do also pit, but Penguin getting a 5-second time penalty.
I wonder, because Valid was actually there on the brakes. Did he let off the brakes? There was a little bit of contact between them. It was on the side, so I don't think he forced them.
Sorry, Vlad. It's just breaking news. It's an Aston Martin 1-2 as it stands.
That's the dream.
Because Stouty has already pitted. He's pitted twice. Ramon has just made his pit stop. The rest of the grid that were behind him, the challengers for the race win, have pitted for a second time.
I wonder why. Now they're on equal strategies though.
Now they're all on
So
medium tyres. Now, it has left still Thunder Fox trailing around the back of the grid, but there'll be a big penalty coming for him, I imagine, for his incident. Just spinning himself straight back on the circuit. He knows better than that, and I think he'll know that was his mistake when he looks back at it at the end of the race. But let's just give a quick recap for it. Also, by the way, the stream's still on lap 12, or lap 13. So quick recap. It's an Aston Martin 1-2, currently led by Stouty. Striker Boy's in third, followed by Penguin, then Valid, then Juno, who is sixth, who's made 4 pit stops in this race. Max is 7th, with LDW in 8th, Pockets in 9th, and Captain Kami in 10th. Thunderfox is now down into 13th after leading the race due to him making a mistake coming out of the Parabolica, losing the rear end, and then taking out the McLaren of LDW, who has now ended up in 8th after also making 4 stops. Does that wrap it up?
yep, I think that's pretty conclusive. Saying that's a lot of variation in strategy, especially since LTW and Juno are still quite high in their points, especially Juno, P6. That's a very good position. Like, no matter what, especially after making 4 pit stops.
Well, I knew.
No,
I thought this race was going to be mad. Now let's have a look at the positions gained. Stouty is up 15 positions from the start of the race. Ramon.
the Thunderfox instance just come on stream and yep,
Yep,
MKL's
and
reacted to
MKL's
it.
reactions to it. Oh, what's happened? Stouty is just. Oh my.
Is this team tactics or is he spun?
Tactical decision there from Stouty. He pulls onto the grass, causing himself to ghost, allowing Ramon the pass under safety car conditions. Is that allowed? Check the rulebook. Check the rulebook.
I mean, me and Edge did it because I'm goddamn stupid, and didn't pit for both the opportunities I had, since it had been way too late to box. It ended up being last anyway, even after boxing.
The chat's just reacting
defending
to
as hard as possible.
The chat is just reacting.
There we go. Yeah.
This whole race is cursed. This weekend is cursed. Quickly. Well, okay.
Should see the safety car coming in this lap. Everybody's nice and caught up. Lap 16. 10 laps to go. No, 11, 12. 11 or 12. I can't bother doing maths.
Lap 16 of... Okay, the stream is actually somewhat caught up. It's not as far behind now. Anyway.
That's just because it's safety car and everybody's slower.
Yeah. So safety car in this lap. Ramon leads from Stouty, and then comes Striker Boy. So Ramon on the fresh medium tyres. Stouty, I assume, is going to be the job of defender this afternoon.
Yeah. They will be timing each other so they both get a good run. Maybe Stouty will just drop back a little bit to keep off of Striker Boy, but if Striker Boy gets a good run, then there won't be anything that Stouty can do about it. And that will hurt Ramon's chances, especially since we've seen that Striker Boy also has a pace.
And they've both gone, and Striker Boy is not ready for it. Both Aston Martins went. Striker was not ready. Oh, he's lost it! He's hit the wall! Oh,
entire from Wayne Gordon, that's another Alpine!
What is happening this afternoon at Monza? What are these restarts? It's already a yellow flag. Striker has eliminated himself from contention. It's still an Aston Martin 1-2. Striker Boy gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane as well.
Aston Martin are going to be very, very happy with that as well. They've got now pretty much a 2-second gap from Penguin to the lead. 1.3 seconds between Penguin and Stouty.
Penguin's sitting on that 5-second time penalty as well for speeding in the pit lane. Juno's got a time penalty as well. It could be an Aston Martin 1-2 here. This is what we're talking about here at Monza.
10 laps to keep the pace. Stouty on very, very old tyres. He has boxed though, hasn't he? He must have.
Boxed twice. So
yeah. So Stouty's done what he needs to do. He just needs to keep pace and fend off Penguin, Juno, whoever.
Spin. Thunderfox is battling Misty, and how is Misty still in this race? What is going on? Oh, this stream's about to see the restart as well.
Oh lord.
So Ramon leads from
Here
Stouty.
on not live reactions.
Ramon leads from Stouty. Then comes Penguin, Juno, LDW, Captain Kami back in 6th place. Pockets is challenging him now for 7th. As we see Striker Boy spin on stream there, followed by an Alpine. So LDW with the fastest lap of the race for McLaren.
And now Hynut and Misty clashing at the T1. Hynut slightly later on the brakes on the inside, bit of contact between them. Hynut's still on the outside, he just can't get it turned in enough, and that's made him vulnerable to Eck. Eck's got a better run. Now coming up through this right-hander I don't know the name of, but he's also going to have a look at Misty, the Haas. 3 cars very, very close to each other. He's going to be late on the brakes, not late enough though. Still not alongside the Del Rocha chicane. Hynut's also got a bit of exit. He's pulled to the side to have a look at the Lesmo 1. He brakes late, he brakes early though, backs out of it. But X still on the push to catch the Haas ahead of him, of Misty. He's got ERS enabled. He's pushing as hard as possible. It's a bit of lag from Misty though. X gonna pull out to the left. Can he breathe late on the brakes into the Ascari chicane? Not late enough. But Misty has went wide. That's gonna give him a bad run out of the chicane. But Eck just had to back off the throttle there. He hit too much of the curb. That would have possibly spun him. But also now Hynut as well, back in the race with Eck in the parabolica later on the brakes, sends down the inside. Eck all the way around side, can get the throttle down earlier than them. Eck still ahead of Hynut. We haven't got a DRS now, but Hynut pulls to the inside, going a little bit off track there, but he's got a better run than Eck alongside in the turn 1. Still alongside all the way back up the straight. Hynut later on the brakes, completely down the inside. And he's done too late. That's contact in the Misty. Misty's had to cut the corner. He's got a 3-second penalty. Stuart's been looking at that one. But that's also left Hynut vulnerable to Eck. And Eck's got a very good run now ahead into the Del Rocha chicane. Misty very, very far ahead now. But he has obviously got that 3-second penalty to deal with. That's going to... It won't affect his race. He'll probably get removed from the stewards as it wasn't his fault. Great battle between these 3 cars. Big mistake from Hynut there, just being too aggressive on the brakes, just trying to get past the AlphaTauri of Eck.
And here comes Penguin. He's already ahead of Stouty, and Penguin previous lap was battling Stouty already, and Stouty, I wonder if he's struggling on those tyres, but that's released Penguin to try and challenge Ramon for the lead. The Aston Martin 1-2 has come to an end here on lap 19, and it might come to an end for a double podium as Juno looks to go all the way around the outside, but Stouty not giving an inch here. Oh, but he's got a bit of a rear end snap. It's going to allow LDW to have a go as well. And we have not had a dull moment here at Monza as Captain Kami now battling with Thunderfox, who is still in this race for points positions as Captain Kami pulls the left-hand side but doesn't get DRS. It's now going to be under pressure from Thunderfox as we're going to go 3 wide into turn 1. This can't end well, but Thunderfox has got them both. Pockets has gone straight on. Striker Boy gets a time penalty, so does Pockets. He's now going to get passed by Captain Kami. But he's now going to be back under pressure from Pockets as we head round the Curva Grande. As Pockets just has to get in front of Captain Kami there into 7th. And every single lap we've had a bit of chaotic action.
It's been very fun to watch though. It's not what I was expecting from this track. It is good for overtaking, but still quite tight. LDW and Stouty as well. We're just battling out for a little bit. Stouty now down in the 15th, out of the pole position. He just cut his first part of the Scottish chicane as well. 3-second penalty for Stouty.
Yeah. Big
drop positions, but sort of expected that on an older, harder tyre.
His defense
Big
was
gap
brave.
between him and Thunderfox though.
Yeah, his defense was brave, but not brave enough.
Captain Kami and Eck as well, battling it out.
Yeah, Kami
Eck just using DRS. He hasn't got much left to play with though. Neither was Captain Kami defended. Eck on a big push here. That's a massive snap coming out the parabolic. He managed to keep it going though. That was a great save from Eck. He has lost quite a bit of time coming down the straight though. If Captain Kami wants to, he can push for the overtake. He's gone for the overtake. Bit of movement from Eck there. There's a bit of rubbing as well. Eck round the outside, late on the brakes. He hasn't went too deep like we've seen cars do before, and he's made the defense work. Now ahead, out of turn 1. Captain Kami tries as hard as possibly he could there, but Not enough to stop Eck going around the outside.
And Misty getting in front of High Nut as well. And as we return to the battle for the lead of the race, it's Ramon that still leads for Aston Martin here against Penguin, and then Juno is in third. LDW for McLaren is sitting on a net P2 here because he doesn't have a time penalty, which is exactly where he's sure he'd want to be for McLaren.
Valid and Barlow as well, they're both fighting it out.
As
Valid
they
got
say
past
that,
them.
LDW gets his time penalty. The commentator's curse strikes once again.
High Nut and Misty though. High Nut going down the inside of the Scottish Gain. Misty all the way around the sides, goes deep off of the track. That's probably going to be a warning. He's gained advantage there. I'm not sure if High Nut will report that. I'm not sure how much that's going to affect his race, but High Nut has lost out on that occasion because Misty went wide. Misty trying too hard. He has went wide again off of the circuit through the exit parabolica, and that's let Misty go through. But sorry, let High Nut go through. I think Misty doesn't have DRS. I don't believe.
He was behind into the detection zone, so he won't have DRS
Yeah.
for the next back straight.
He's keeping up with him though.
Yeah.
Now to turn one, nothing going to happen between the two.
And
Misty will be trying to get the position back. That's the final points position of this race.
Yeah. And only 5 laps to go here around Monza, but still so much to change around. The podium could still change. Ramon in the lead. Even if he gets overtaken by Penguin, he just has to keep a gap to get a win, which would be his first win this season. Would it be his first win in racing to the fullest?
I believe this is his debut race as well.
It's his debut. He has a chance now to absolutely get some points for Aston Martin. Aston Martin, coming out of Monaco, were ninth in the constructors' standings on 12 points. They are gaining 25 as it stands. As High Nut gets a 3-second time penalty as well. So does Misty. They're properly battling those two. But the battle for the lead is currently really in the DRS train. But Penguin has picked up the pace and is now into DRS range of Ramon.
Valid as well. Valid's showing his pace that he showed in Monaco, showing a little bit of pace that he showed in qualifying as well. He's catching up to Misty. They'll both actually I don't think Misty does have DRS. He just nailed it late. But Valid, he's not using DRS. He's got about 40% to play with. He looks to the inside, doesn't brake late. He's quite far back there. It's never going to work. But the points have now closed up, and Misty went wide there on the gravel. That's not letting him put the traction down, and that's let Valid go ahead into P11.
Yeah, Valid straight
Very
past.
close between P9 and P12 though, so that's a lot of points. Well, not a lot of points, but certainly some, better than none on hand here. And we've seen that Valid obviously has a lot of pace. He's catching up to High Nut and Captain Kami here quite quickly as well, may I say. I think he'll be able to get past within the time that this race has left. Now coming in the second DRS straight of this lap. Captain Kami doesn't have DRS, but High Nut does. He's not got the straight line speed to get past in the Scar chicane, but the Valid's still cashing closer and closer.
But
It'll be very, very close.
And the battle for the race lead is got close now. 6/10 the gap between Penguin and Ramon. Down the back straight, he's not using any ERS. Penguin, sorry. Thunderbox is the fastest lap of the race, but now does have a 3-second time penalty.
And High Nut as well. High Nut went wide there, and High Nut's pulling at the pits on lap 24.
Sorry, that's Kami pulled into the pits. Kami pulls into the
pits. Oh, sorry, Kami pulled into the pits.
And
that's put Valid into the points, and Valid now very, very close to High Nut. Hunting for that P9. He has the pace to get past him, I think. And, but can't do it as fast as he needs to. High Nut got a bad X out of that corner, but not enough to leave him too vulnerable. Valid is catching. Coming in here, he will be close enough, possibly a dive into Della Roger. He doesn't go for it. Early on the brakes, backs out of it, and High Nut still ahead on lap 24.
So, back to the race lead. 3/10 the gap between Ramon and Penguin. Ramon, all he has to do now is he can see that victory in sight. He just has to keep it clean from here on out. This is a moment that I'm sure him and the Aston Martin team were waiting for a long time. But into the parabolica, you can see Penguin. Look at that grip he's got through that corner. He's going to have the slipstream effect. DRS is wide open, and so is the ERS, and it should be a flat-out straight pass for Penguin, and Ramon, his brave lead of P1, comes to an end on lap 25, but it's not over for him, because as LDW moves himself up into the podium as well, or does he, as he battles wheel-to-wheel with Juno here. This is for the last spot on the podium. Juno with a better exit, but now they're going to go wheel-to-wheel through the Curva Grande. LDW round the outside of Juno here as they go properly wheel-to-wheel now. Still wheel-to-wheel. Juno still got a nose in here as they come into the Varianta. Can't make a move back into the Varianta chicane and sticks behind it, but might get a move into the Lesmo. Aggressive move there from LDW. As Juno looks to go all the way around the outside, but LDW defends it aggressively once again as Juno has to wait his time. But let's have a look at Ramon. Ramon, 7/10 still in the gap of Penguin for DRS. Penguin does have time penalties, but here comes Juno once again. Can he get him into the Ascari chicane? LDW defends aggressively. Can he go all the way around the outside? Not on this occasion. Juno has to stick behind him once again and doesn't get a great exit. But Ramon has got a chance still for a race win. Penguin sitting on that 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, a penalty that can't be removed because it's just, you speed your speed. It's nothing, you can't get rid of that. All Ramon has to do now until the end of the Grand Prix is stick within DRS. 2 laps remain and he will have his first victory in Racing to the Fullest. His first victory in this Formula 1 season. As Juno comes back here now on LDW into turn 1. Can he go all the way around the outside? Not on this occasion, as he might get the switchback heading towards the Curva Grande.
Valid as well, moved himself up into P9. He had a nice little fight with High Nuts, but High Nuts just couldn't keep him behind. Ramon still keeping on pace with Penguin. He doesn't have the lack of pace that Penguin wants him to have, because I think they'll still be within DRS on the final lap, coming across the finish line, and Penguin needs to pull 4.5 seconds out of Ramon, which isn't going to happen at the current rate. Ramon, he just needs to be consistent. He doesn't even need to be fast at this point, especially since LDW behind him as well. Even though LDW caught him by some stretch of a miracle, he also has a 3-second penalty.
And Ramon is now right on the back of Penguin. I think Penguin made a mistake though. And is Ramon, does he want the on-track pass to take victory here at Monza? He doesn't need it. He doesn't need the on-track pass. He just needs to not make a mistake. As we're on to the final lap of the Grand Prix here. LDW is in third and will get that third position unless Juno can do something about it. Down the back straight now. DRS is on. ERS is being used. Can Juno send one down the inside? Has to stick behind him on this occasion. Can't make the dive bomb stick. As we head out of the Varianta chicane into the Curva Grande. Juno not going to be close enough for a move. It's been a chaotic 27 laps that may end with a Ramon P1. It will be Penguin, I don't think, as it stands, will stand on the podium, but he might do, because LDW now down to 5 seconds behind Penguin with that 3-second time penalty. It's going to lose him big time. Juno needs to make this move on LDW if he wants a chance to stand on the podium this season. He's going to have really one opportunity down this DRS straight, but it's probably not going to be long enough. And it won't be. Unless...
Oh God! Sorry, Penguin coming through the Ascari chicane for the final time, almost lost it. He lost a massive amount of time to Ramon, but to Penguin, sorry. But that won't be enough for Penguin to win. Penguin crosses the line first, but now his 5-second penalty comes into place. Ramon weaving all over to celebrate his win. Ramon wins the Italian Grand Prix at Monza.
LDW finishes third behind Penguin. Isn't that just a lovely moment to see for the Aston Martin driver, winning his first race after what was a madness of a Grand Prix, with Penguin and LDW finishing on the podium. Juno just missing out by a 1/10 of a second. Thunderfox somehow finishing 5th, but there's a big post-race penalty coming his way, I would imagine. Stouty for Aston Martin. His brave defence probably kept Penguin from winning that race for the laps he did. Pockets in 7th. EKH in 8th, Valid in 9th, and then High Nut finishes out the points in 10th. Wow, when we started this race, did you expect a Ramon P1?
I didn't. I expected a little bit of insanity, but I didn't. I didn't
It's-
expect this much,
What-
and a debut win.
What is it with Monza and giving us first-time Grand Prix winners? And it's just special to see here at Monza. And if, of course, the thing we want to do now is bringing the three drivers in for interviews. So LDW, Penguin, and Ramon, if you'd like an interview, can you jump into the cool-down room and we'll drag you in. And just so you know, Vlad, the stream catched up by the end of the race. It
Oh
was all
god,
caught
yeah.
up by the end.
Just barely, just enough.
Just enough. But chaos at Monza. The Monza madness kicked off in racing to the first. That's tier 2. What's going to happen tomorrow?
I don't want to know.
We're racing Vlad tomorrow.
Oh
That's
no! I haven't practiced.
I haven't done any practice either. It's going to be absolute insanity. But let's talk to our top 3, hopefully, in a couple of seconds. If we can bring them in. I don't know where. So LDW and the 2... Oh, sorry, LDW... I've got my brain's gone blank.
LDW,
LDW is 1.
Penguin.
Penguin and Ramon. Not Ramon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ramon. Yes, that's correct. So let's get
Yes.
LDW in first. If he'd like an interview, can he join the cool-down room? And then also along with Penguin, and we'd love to speak to Ramon as well. Obviously, first time winner here at Racing to the Fullest.
We might need the agent assistance.
Yeah, we might need Edgen to drag them in for us. But yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant race here at Monza. Maybe a couple crashes too many. Um, we love to promote clean racing here at Racing to the Fullest, and maybe that was a few crashes too many. But it's an old school circuit, and these things tend to happen when you're running 20 drivers on it.
Yeah, and there'll be some strict punishments for drivers who've been in the instance that'll deserve them if the drivers who were affected by them feel that it was enough to report them.
Yes, exactly.
So, but overall, it was a very exciting race. Despite the crash, despite a lot of drama, the 3 safety cars we had.
Yeah.
It was great to watch, great to commentate.
And yeah, and the wheel-to-wheel action never seemed to stop around. First of all, I'd like to just say apologies for the stream lag. It's not something I can control. Hang on, so I'm just telling. Who
Is this
are
the
top
weekend with
3?
no interviews?
Yeah, no, we should have it. We can't have no interviews after that race. We can't. We need the driver's perspective on what we just seen. Yeah, so apologize for the stream quality. It's not my fault. I did try and fix it during the race. So we're going to bring in LDW, who is our 3rd place finisher for the Monza Grand Prix. LDW, P3 at Monza, but from where we watched, we might have just watched the most chaotic race in Racing to the Fullest history. I don't know what you thought from watching the race, but it was a bit madness from up here in the com box.
It was a shit show, honestly. Yeah, shit turn 1, then got spun around. Shout out to my engineer Ryan for giving me advice where to place the car after the safety car and during the battles with Juno. So shout out to him. Yeah, the rest of it, yeah, from P15 to P10, back to P15 again to P3. Think it was a good comeback, but yeah, maybe unlucky with some incidents, but yeah,
Yeah, so
great overall.
obviously three safety cars, good battle with Juno right at the end. Is this your first
Yeah,
Is this your first podium this season?
nope, second place in Monaco.
Second place in Monaco. I do remember that. So
Yeah. You should
I,
remember that.
I always remember. I always remember the podiums. Vlad will tell you I remember everything. Um,
Mm.
so we go off to Portimao next Saturday.
Mhm.
Is it a track that you like? You look forward to
Mm.
watching? Driving, sorry.
I haven't driven it on this game yet, but last year it was pretty good. So hopefully this year with a bit of practice it will be good again. But not sure, so we have to see.
Well, thank you for joining us, LDW.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.
Right. So, Vlad, I've got some bad news.
Yes.
Penguin and Ramon apparently don't want interviews.
Can we have can we have a text interview from Ramon?
But the man that everyone in chat wants to know how their race went doesn't want to have an interview. We're nice, Ramon. If you're watching, we're nice guys.
Ramon, we won't bite.
Everyone wants to hear from Ramon. He's the
We're very
big old
kind.
victor. We could bring someone else in, I suppose, while we wait for Ramon.
Who had an interesting race? Thunder Fox, maybe.
Thunderfox had a very interesting race. You know what? Let's drag Thunderfox in here. I can't drag him in here. Adrian, can you drag Thunderfox while you try and convince someone else?
Thunder Fox or Valid, I think.
Yeah, Thunderfox or Valid is fine. Whoever you want to drag in here. But yeah, no. Yeah, as everybody was saying, it was chaotic. 3 safety cars. Probably should have been less than 3 safety cars. Like that crash at the start was mad in itself.
Yeah, all of them were. It was a bit disappointing from the drivers who took part in them.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of quite messy at times.
Yeah, more
I hope we
messy
see
than
an
you'd
improvement
expect.
next week, but that's a big hope from the track of elevation change.
Yeah, so yeah, obviously Portimao, a track that I actually personally love watching and driving next week. So I don't know if it'll be streamed next week because there's actually no, it won't be streamed next week. I can tell you that.
Yeah, no, it won't be.
Because obviously we have our 24-hour race next Saturday, leading on to Sunday at Le Mans. That will be streamed. I will be doing the first half of it. I think, Vlad, are you driving in it?
I am driving in it. Yes,
So,
I have a 2 a.m. shift.
so Vlad's doing a 2 a.m. shift. I won't be watching his shift
Sorry.
because I'm doing the start of the stream. So I'm doing the first 2 hours of the stream commentated. I'm doing the last 2 hours of the stream commentated, and then the rest of the stream will all be. It'll have music on it. It'll have also camera on it, so it'll switch between everyone to show what everyone's doing. It'd be awesome if you come and support because we obviously it's put a lot of work into. Well, I say I've put a lot of work into it. A lot of people have put a lot of work into it, and it'd be awesome if you can come and watch it. So yeah. We actually gained a lot of followers today, up to 88 out of 100. We're almost at our record, almost at the margin we set at the start of the year. It doesn't
Yeah.
look like we're getting anyone else unless Edgen can try and convince someone. If not Ramon, mate, can we get Thunder Fox and Valid in here?
We did beat the smelly old account.
Yeah, we
On
did.
followers.
I'm still dying. Honestly, that stream, I'm glad you took a lot of that talking because
I was about to DM you enough talking.
oh god, like my voice is gone. But I hope you enjoyed that. It was worth it.
Oh, it's very fun.
It was worth it to do my voice in for the race. But yeah,
Enjoy work.
oh
Or
god,
whatever thing you have. I don't know.
no, I'm gonna be just drinking water to try and get it off. Don't
Drink
just
alcohol, get rid of the pain.
yeah, it always does. So hang on, got anyone move in? I could drag Striker. I can't.
Strike out the phone. Oh, Ramon's in the cooldown room.
Right. Well, we'll bring him in. So, ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour, the man of the moment, first victory in Racing to the Fullest.
Yeah.
P1. You made it look simple, Ramon. Was it anything but simple?
Yeah, it was anything but simple. It was a real mess.
Yeah, so
But I'm happy.
Start of the race. Where did you start?
P6, I believe.
So P6, good qualifying session anyway. You had obviously the pace around Monza. Then you had the first safety car where the leaders pitted under the so some people pitted under the first safety car. You stayed out. Then the second safety car happened and the leaders pitted. You decided to stay out. Was that a tactical decision because you knew you were starting on the hards?
Yeah, I thought I couldn't make it on the medium the whole race because I don't know why. And I just keep going, and then my teammate said, "Go, go, go!" This I was like, "Okay, it's a good decision."
And then the third safety car came out, which basically gave you that free pit stop to pit onto a new set of tires. Everyone else pitted behind you. Your teammates bravely stayed out on an old set of hard tires, and then Was that a tactical decision to let you past? I assume going off into the grass was to let you through, and then he was going to hold everyone behind.
I really have no idea what happened there, but I think it was, yeah.
So yeah, and then you sort of controlled the race. You were leading until lap 25 when Penguin overtook you, but you clearly had the pace to keep up with him. And all you needed to do was keep in that 5-second gap, and you were race victor here at Monza.
Yeah, it was great. My first race ever in this league, so it's a good thing to be now my first race on P1.
Yeah, exactly. You've given Aston Martin, who were currently 9th in the constructors' standings, 25 points. So that's a big result for them. You've given yourself 25 points. And then we head off to Portimao next Saturday.
Yeah.
You looking forward to Portimao? It's a track that I love personally. I don't know what your
Yeah.
thoughts are on it.
I love the track. I hope I can race, but yeah, I'm only a reserve driver right now, so
Well,
I hope I hope I will be there.
well, I think me and Vlad both deserve. We think you deserve full drive. Can we sort that out, Vlad? Can we have that power, don't we?
To do what? Sorry.
To give Ramon a full drive. He deserves it. Vlad's saying yes. He just
Wait,
doesn't
hold
want to
on.
say it.
My brain's computing.
Yeah, it takes a
Okay,
while.
I figured you out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think you deserve a full drive
Yeah, there we go.
Thank you,
for that
guys.
performance today.
Right, so
Thank you.
the commentators have said now. Now, the only thing is, Ramon, next year when we come back to Monza, you will have to retire because that is the rule of how it goes in Monza races. I don't know if you know this rule, that if you win Monza, the next season you retire. It's happened in the last 3 years of Monza.
Maybe I will.
So maybe you will.
I hope not. I
But
hope not.
thank you for joining us, Ramon. Thank you for having the interview with us. This is why
Yeah.
you want to win. You get to talk to us too. It's the best. It's the best experience. So thank you,
I
Ramon.
like talking to you. I like
Exactly.
talking to you.
See,
Yeah.
this is
Also,
nice.
just for information, you're currently live to 9 people, and about 100 people will watch this.
Yeah, they'll be watching you, Ramon. They're here for you, mate.
It's my it's my pleasure to be here.
Right,
Thank you,
thank you,
guys.
man. Thanks, Ramon. Right.
Okay, bye.
So there you go. There's your race winner. Only the 2 interviews today. I don't think there's anyone really else to pick up an interview from, especially after that wholesome Ramon interview.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Vlad, closing thoughts on the what is now going to be called the Monza Madness. I don't know what we've just seen. I'm still processing it.
Yeah, a little bit messy at times. Well, quite a bit messy at times, sorry. But overall, good race. There's a lot of clean racing in between the funky business. But yeah, it's very, very fun to watch.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch. And I can't wait for Tier 1 tomorrow. So check out Tier 1. It should be streamed tomorrow. I don't know who's commentating it, but someone will be doing it. Me and Vlad will be racing there. It will be a lot of fun for us, I would imagine. So thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you all for following. Check out the Twitch, check out the Discord, check out the YouTube, check out everything. Check it all out. And we'll see you next time. Cheers, everyone.